Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday, everyone. Hello, Thomas, John Bam, Xenon, Quicksilver, Jotaro, Entitled, A Fellow Nerd, Suspect Spine. I think I said John Bams already. Niemiko, Hugs, Santiara, and Zero. Hello, everyone. Hello, Sunny. Hello, Rui Santos. And McDonald. Also, we're at exactly 2,000 followers, so that is cool. Thank you guys for following. Now, I know a bunch of you are going to unfollow, so that landmark is gone, but we had it. We had it for a second. Diego, Big Blast, how are you? Oh, I said hi. Zigludo. There we go. How's everyone doing on this rare Thursday stream? PT, how are you? How about that Xenoblade 3? Yeah, super cool. People were mentioning it yesterday when I was going through my Xenoblade 1 experience, and I didn't really think it would happen, but it did, and this year, right? September? So that's cool. So on the September, yeah. Happy that Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster has a release date. Been waiting for that since you completed FF9. Yeah, that's 23rd of February, right? That's super exciting. Morning, Kiesia. Raptor's been on fire. Siakam's been amazing. Yeah, holy shit. If he hadn't had like a couple months off in the beginning, he'd definitely be an all-star. Writing an essay and watching the stream, totally not tired. I slept very oddly, so I can relate to that. Had some bizarre dreams. Fire Emblem 3 Hopes, yeah. Hey, love, how are you? Yeah, lots of ports onto the Switch. It's interesting that it's supposed to combine the first one and second settings. I wonder how it plays out. Yeah, I didn't watch the entire trailer, but I got a very, like, remnants of the past feel from it. And they did say that it's based off of, like, they had this in mind in between the productions of 1 and 2. So that is pretty interesting. Yeah, so looking forward to that. Hey, Epic Duck, glad you were able to. Welcome in. We're going to be going, so the plan for today is, I'll get to the chat in a second. The plan for today is to continue the top 100, and then just play a little bit of Final Fantasy VII Remake after this, just to continue and finish the Wall Market section, because I had to end early yesterday. That shouldn't take too long, an hour tops, I think. But that's the idea today. Definitely wasn't expecting it to be on the Switch, figured it'd be on the new Nintendo console, yeah. I read somewhere that they said that it's in the middle of its lifespan, right? Hey Shadow, how are you? Hey Oblivion? Just finished the Conviction arc of Berserk yesterday night, and oh my goodness, this series is peak. For the first time, Thomas? Oh, and thank you for the follows, guys. I said that people would unfollow me, and they followed me instead after my 2,000. So I appreciate it. That's great though, Thomas. If it's your first time reading Berserk, jeez. Conviction's amazing. Conviction's a clean 10. Xenoblade 3 announcement and AJ talking about Xenoblade last stream is what's finally giving me the push to play it. Loving it so far. Oh, nice. So you just started it in the past day or so. You can't be too far, but I'm glad you liked it. Or like it so far. Hey, Zandy. No worries, Joshua. Thanks for stopping by as always. Hope you're doing well too. I'm doing pretty good. Where do you plan to rank today till? 11? We're at 16, maybe 11? We'll see how it goes. I think some of them I won't take as long as I took for yesterday's, so yeah. You'll have to watch the VOD, no worries. No worries, it's not the best time for everyone. Random question, but which 3 stories have your favorite portrayals of religion? Wow. I do think Berserk has a very like nuanced take, more nuanced than people tend to assume. For reasons you know, Shadow, you've seen my video on it, right? So Berserk might be up there. In some instances, Supernatural is really good with it, but in others, I remember it not being that great. I don't know, religion. In some instances, Vinland Saga. I don't know about a strict top 3. Berserk would probably be there. Aside from that, I don't know. Mother 3 will never be ported? I'm not sure. I don't know about that one. Ava. I've never really thought much about Ava and how it portrays religion as a subject. Like, it has symbolism for sure. Hey, AJ, why do you think parallel/2/duality is such a big thing in stories instead of 3s or some other number? Well, it's foils. So when you look at fictional foils and characters that sort of contrast one another, it is much easier to bring people into stark relief and characters into stark relief and say things about it, about each character, when it's just 2. Because it's a direct parallel, right? And then it's in starker contrast. It throws it into sharper relief, and therefore better accentuates the things that it wants to accentuate. With trios and more than that, it's a lot harder to really hone in and focus on the distinct things that the story wants to accentuate, right? Because there's another element to it, it gets diluted. So I think that's why duos tend to be highlighted a lot more, but there are trios in some works. Umineko approaches it in an indirect way. Yes, that's true. Umineko might be up there. Tiago, it's just like it's an okay port. It doesn't really excel in anything, and I think in some ways, I don't remember if it was the draw distance or something. It's just not that well optimized, so I dropped it a little bit of a score. But it's a serviceable port for sure. I'll have to get back to you for sure, Shadow, but Berserk, let's say Berserk, Umineko... maybe Vinland Saga? I'm not sure. That's a tough one. Okay. So, I think we should get into it, no? I had this really weird dream yesterday, by the way, that someone commented on one of my Arcane videos. Sorry, just one last thing before we start. And so they commented on my Arcane video, and I won't spoil for anyone who hasn't seen it, but the topic of the video, I was referring to the character I was talking about and someone else as brothers. And the person said, it puts a bitter taste in my mouth when you refer to them as brothers because it's like more of a soulmates or like a romantic sort of thing. I don't know if they said romantic, but more or less that's essentially what they said. And then I responded, like, the story explicitly calls them brothers. Like, the characters say that they're brothers. So I responded to that, and I kept dreaming that my comment got deleted. Like, YouTube would automatically delete my comment, so I'd wake up in the middle of the night, check it, and it would still be there. I'd go to sleep, I'd wake up in the middle of the night, check it, it would still be there. Quicksilver, I was trying not to spoil for anyone who hasn't seen it, potentially, but yeah. Yeah. I don't know why I dreamt that. My dreams are very strange and centered around YouTube. This is what happens when you dedicate a portion of your life to the man being YouTube. Anyways, so I was thinking about doing a prediction for the next one, where you can bet channel points if you want to. If you don't want to, then you don't have to. But I think it would be, we did it before and people bet if they wanted to and they found it fun. So I'll do it. In some countries it's not allowed, so you might not be able to. So what I'm gonna do is sorry, what I'm gonna do is tell you the next two on the list, and you predict which is next, so which one I like slightly less. No, not healthy at all. Okay. Oh, damn it. Okay. Too many characters in this one. There we go. Okay. So these are the two coming up, 15 and 16. Oh crap. Hold on, need to switch the scene so you can see. Sorry. So the Nier series or Showa Genroku Rakugo Shinju. Those are my next two. And the predictions are up right now in case you want to bet. If you don't, no problem. And you can just say in chat if you want, or in a minute I'll tell you anyway. But I bet with 0 points. I don't know the second one. Okay. Yeah, that's why I think some of these I will have less to speak about because they're a bit less popular. You bet half your points? Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay. So 55% said the Nier series is next, and 45% said Shogun Roku Rakugo Shinju. So let me tell you, number 16 is the Nier series. Oops. Yeah, number 16 is the Nier series. Number 15 is this beautiful one. So, the Nier series, what can we say about this one? I had to put them together for this one because they are very cohesive in my opinion. While being very different stylistically from one another in terms of approach, I think Replicant, which was given a remaster recently, is far less polished than the other one, is even given that it is a remaster. Hey, Dragonite, how are you? I'm doing pretty well. Weird, oddly disruptive night, but yeah, it is the remaster, Tiago. But I'm doing okay today. We'll do a nice little stream. How would you recommend playing the Nier series? Is it okay to play Automata before Replicant? That depends on who you ask. I don't think there's a really wrong answer. Personally, I played Automata first and then Replicant. The remaster of Replicant, which was released just last year, the ending of it has a new true ending that ties to Automata. So that kind of is accentuated more if you've played Automata, but also Automata is more complete with the context from Replicant. So it's kind of a catch-22. I think you gain some and you lose some no matter what you do, really. Yeah, I'm doing all right. Hope you're doing well too, Dragonite. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird situation for Nier. Is Kaine your favorite character? So my favorite character is probably Kaine, then 9S, then Emile, then maybe, I don't know, it's very tough. What I would say, so in comparing the two, Nier Replicant is, yes, Crown, like it says in the description or the live notification, I'm gonna be finishing Wall Market. It'll take not too long. It'll take an hour or less, I think, after this. Yeah, my MAL profile is, like I've said before, Jotaro, my MAL profile is, I like Nier Automata less than Twilight Princess, but together, as a series, I like it better than Twilight Princess. Good Dragonite. So I would say in comparing the two, Nier Replicant is less polished of an experience. It's less refined, and Yoko Taro's eccentricities are really at the fore. Sometimes you play through that. If you play through that, you know. If you play through Replicant, you know. Even the remaster, it's just very weirdly structured. It's like, why were these creative decisions made at all? It's very strange the way they do some of the routes. It's very redundant. There's a ton of padding. So you have to wade through quite a bit of redundancy. It can get tedious. But the heart of the story of Nier Replicant is so profound and impactful to me that when I think back to it, I don't think of any of that. So a lot of people haven't played these, so I'm going to be vague. I'm going to be very vague. Won't dwell too long on them. But the magic of the story is all I think of when I think back to it. I don't think of the annoyances, but just beware, there are annoyances, and they will probably affect you more than they did me. But I would say that the cast of Replicant is slightly stronger than the cast of Automata, very slightly. Together they make one of my favorite casts in storytelling, let alone video games. But so just be warned about that. Drakengard is even weirder and more janky. I've heard. I have not played it, but I've heard. Whereas Automata is, like I said, a much more polished and refined experience. Uses the video game medium to its extreme. It uses the medium, there's been talk recently of there being an Automata anime. I don't know how that's gonna even work because it is so tied intrinsically to its medium that I don't know. We'll see. That Drakengard 3 final boss is a thing of nightmares. I'll take your word for it. Haven't played it, haven't gone through the misery. But yeah, both of them are super profound together. Together they make this sort of cohesive thematic message that really is carried to the extreme, like I said. They're distinct in some ways. They're very emotional and upsetting in some ways, and sometimes there are very dark things associated with both of them, very pathos-driven. But they're cohesive, and like I said, Replicant informs you of Nier Automata's setting and premise, whereas Nier Automata provides emotional context for Replicant's true ending. So it's up to you, pick whichever you'd like. I heard about it. I don't know if it's true about the Automata anime. It could be total fake news, You could not vibe with Replicant for some reason. Yeah, fair. I mean, there's, like I said, very different approaches, and Replicant has many more flaws. But the music is consistently wonderful. The soundtrack is one of the best I've heard in anything. Keiichi Okabe is as an artist, and fantastic story. I replayed it when the remaster came out for Nier Replicant. I played Nier Replicant, then played Automata back to back. It was one of the best experiences I've had in years. It was amazing. Could play Nier up to a new ending, then Automata, then back to the ending. You could. I think that might be kind of stuttery, and it wouldn't. I don't know how that would flow, but I mean I've seen people suggest that for sure. If I enjoy Run with the Wind, would I enjoy Haikyuu? Wow, that's kind of out of the blue. Was it because of the music? Either way, yes, I think you would. But Haikyuu's, a younger demographic, a younger setting. So just keep that in mind. It's the same sort of approach, but a different complexion of it. They're younger kids, right? But yeah, I think you would. I think they're very similar in spirit. How's it going, 1,000 Arrows? Yeah, Rakugo top 15. So yeah, not many things said about Nier, but it's my number 16. I love it to death. Rakugo now. I don't imagine that I'll talk much longer about Rakugo, but who's seen it, out of curiosity? In the chat. I know it's not the most popular anime out there, but a lot of people have, I think. So a mix. It seems like most have seen it. Now it's in your top 6. Nice. Oh, Helios, thanks for stopping by. First-time chatter. Started watching Rakugo because of your streams. Love the first season, but for some reason I stopped 4 episodes into season 2. Oh, Well, season 2, I think the beginning of season 2 is a very quiet and mundane sort of introduction. You don't really see where it's going until like almost midway through, so I kind of understand that. Uh, cool. So quite a few people have seen it, looks like. And it is. I saw the first episode. Okay, needs a rewatch. You should go for it. So its cast is some of the most flesh and blood characters in anything I've seen. Each one is so distinct from one another while having, so many little complex elements to them and nuances to them and reasons that they approach life in general the way they do. Sorry, I kind of ignored the core premise of it. Rakugo is essentially a story and a chronicling of art, particularly one man, I would argue maybe two, and then some secondary characters whose lives are followed to a great degree as well. But it's a story of essentially one man primarily, and then life and art and performance and expression and the highs and lows that come with the craft itself and the trade itself in the modern world as times continue to change and as people change their attitudes towards what art even means. Yeah. So, okay, yeah. So probably top one anime in terms of voice work. Yeah, and so it focuses on Rakugo, which is a performance art having to do with the performers essentially playing several characters within a story. They voice every single character, which means that the voice actors had to be very, variable and flexible when it came to what they were portraying. Oh, thank you so much, Davinator, 2 community subs. Thank you so much once again. You're consistently spoiling me. For giving it out to F and Leonard Yeager. Thank you very much, Davinator. Had to reach 10. How's it going, Duckies? And so it's got my favorite protagonist, essentially one of my favorite protagonists in anything. I think at this moment I have him rated 7 or 8 or so of all time. And the first season is sort of, I'm not going to spoil, but it's sort of, the first and second seasons are very distinct stylistically, and the way that they're communicated talks about different approaches and different eras in this world of art. Favorite anime character? Don't have one. I can't narrow it down. And it's just super interesting, super tragic. Like I said, the characters are flesh and blood. Each one is carried out to their greatest extent. They fulfill every potential they have. They offer you different perspectives on the craft itself, on art and life in general. And it tackles so many different things within this context. One of the most underrated, yeah, I would say underwatched. Generally, people tend to rate it quite high, but I totally know what you mean, Benny Zakura. I know what you mean. It's definitely underwatched. Definitely more people should check it out. But yeah. And then the second season takes into another era and offers the most, one of the most stunning conclusions in the last couple of episodes that I've seen. Always gets me emotional. And recently rewatched it, same as always. Slice of life stuff does not appeal to everyone. I'm not sure what you're referring to, but Jotaro, but it's not really slice of life, Rakugo, if that's what you mean. Anyways, Rakugo, okay? Now number 14. Here's a bigger one. Number 14. Steins Gate. Steins Gate without Zero. I don't think Zero's bad or anything, the sequel. But, yeah, I separate them personally. So is that lower than people thought? Higher than people thought? More or less the same? Steins Gate is the first anime I ever watched that completely blew me away in terms of lower than you thought. Let's keep betting I'm trying to farm. Well, we might not have another bet this stream. We'll see. Maybe. I did it between Nier and Rakugo because that seemed like very much of a toss-up. I feel like people might not have known. Someone's upcoming. I think if you compare between two other ones, you might know. Anime not going to be in the top 10 medium in the mud for real. Yeah, more or less the same. Okay. I am not a fan of how the show treats Ruka, and as time goes by, that's pretty much my biggest problem with it. I don't want to get into it too deeply, but I don't think they tackle that topic with nearly as much nuance as they should. I think they're a bit tactless at times. Do you prefer the anime or the visual novel? From what I've seen, this is an unpopular opinion, but I prefer the anime. It cuts down on, like, there's more richness and there's more depth in the visual novel for obvious reasons. Hold on, let me change this. In the visual novel for obvious reasons, but I think that everything they streamline in the anime is very much to the benefit of the majority of things. Like, there's some roots in the visual novel that definitely add to the story. But by the way, I don't think I mentioned, this is both the anime and the visual novel. But I do like the anime better. Pretty much for how tight, focused, and yeah, just in general how I think it streamlines things in a very good way, personally. I think it's a great adaptation in terms of structure. A common criticism, sorry. I think Steins Gate is incredible, but I really didn't enjoy it because I really didn't like the characters in the first half, and it made me not interested in the second. I'm really upset that I didn't like it. That's too bad. I found them extremely likable, personally. I found them very charming. I found their interactions really endearing. And yeah, a common criticism is that the first half of the show is not good or too slow or things like that. You know, everyone's open to it, to their own opinions and interpretations. Personally, I think they're just as good as one another. I actually think the second half has more flaws than the first, or at least things that I didn't enjoy as much. Well, it has more peaks, of course. But the first is really great establishment atmospherically. Like, the first episode is one of the best first episodes in anything. Anime for sure. It offers you so many questions to sort of latch onto, so many little hooks. Just the first scene is Okabe questioning the nature of, you know, what is time, what is infinity, is time finite? Gotta change this song, sorry, that trumpet. Is time finite? Like, what is all this? Offer some interesting questions and some really great visual direction with some washed out colors, Dutch angles everywhere. It's visually really well presented, and offers you a great hook twist at the end of the first episode. Zero was kind of meh and slow at first, but episode 12 and the last 3 episodes were insane on delivery. Yeah, it's, Zero's inconsistent. The adaptation for Zero is what I would say, personally. But huge highs, for sure. Ruka's treatment is definitely a product of its time, unfortunately. It's just, they didn't think that through at all, unfortunately. Or if they did, they were, like I said, weren't too tactful. Each character was, yeah, full of personality for sure. I find them all really lovable. I think my least favorite would be Moeka, but I still think she has a very distinct role. I think it's all great, Jotaro. You think the first half is great after what happens especially after what happens in the second, but that isn't your gripe with. Yeah, I know what your gripe is, Zenon. Yeah, I get that. It's a shame that trumpet going off. It has one of the best OPs. I just answered that, Jotaro. It has one of the best OPs. The ED is really good too, but the OP is just like a brain worm. It doesn't get out of there. Yeah, I heard about that. Left long. That's interesting. 1 page. Wonder what he can. Excuse me. Wonder what they can do with that. No, I didn't. It's very consistent, Jotaro. Yeah, it's one of the best anime in terms of atmosphere. And like I said, the first episode establishes such a rich ominous tone, and that stays there underlying throughout the beginning, which is why people talk about the slice of life and how it's very super light and that sort of thing. I've always found that weird because to me there's always been this underlying tension of that darkness, that ominous darkness that's established early on that lingers there. Then many episodes remind you of that throughout. So I've always felt it's had this really entrancing atmosphere to it. How do you feel about the Steins Gate Zero visual novel? I think it's quite good. It's I don't know, I think it goes in certain directions that I wasn't as into. A lot of the new characters I just am not a fan of. They don't really stand up to the quality of the original characters, with the exception of one character. I think you know who it is, probably, if you've played or watched Steins Gate Zero. And yeah, Jotaro, if you want my take on the ending, I have videos on it where I explain why it's thematically consistent and it's logically consistent as well. I think the one I'm referring to is What is Steins Gate Trying to Say, or the main message of Steins Gate. It's titled something like that. It makes me want to take a break from bananas, though. Yeah, fair enough. And Okabe is one of my favorite protagonists. Funnily enough, I actually like him better in the anime because, well, the visual novel brings about the darker aspects of his character really well. So you do lose some of that. But I like him a bit better in the anime, particularly, well, the visual direction does lots of great work with him, but there's lots of redundancy in a lot of the things he says, and a lot of the things he says make him pretty unlikable in some ways in the visual novel, in my opinion, and a lot of that's cut in the anime. I'm aware this is a very unpopular opinion. People probably don't agree with that. That's just how I feel. Is the sequel worth watching or stick to the original? I mean, it's worth watching. I don't think it's up to the standard, but it's not awful or anything, I don't think. Glad you enjoy it, Suspect Spine. Mayuri, amazing character, Suzuha, Kurisu. After that, there's a bit of a drop-off in my opinion, but I still find the rest of them to be good characters as well. If Hunter x Hunter isn't in your top 1 or 2, I'd be surprised. We'll see. What some commands sorted out so people can get the links to your socials when they want. There are commands. Do this in chat. Exclamation point socials. Right there. Do exclamation point socials, and you'll be able to get linked to all of my socials right in there by Nightbot. And yeah, is likability a factor for you and how much you enjoy characters in a vacuum? Not at all. Well, traditional likability, not at all. I have a different sort of likability, which is how much they contribute to the story. And if a story is trying to buy you into a character and their struggles and all sorts of things like that, I think traditional likability is very important, because why should I care for an asshole? If an asshole's going through a bunch of struggles, they have to have that amount of nuance, and, they can obviously be very flawed, but they have to establish that element of perspective and human nuance and make you sympathize or empathize with them in some way. So what I consider to be likability is different from traditional likability, but it is sometimes dependent on traditional likability, depending on what the story's trying to get across, if that makes sense. It's socials, CTF games. It's socials with an S, plural. So yeah, that's what I would say about the difference between Okabe. But yeah, Steins Gate, pretty self-consistent time travel mechanics. I don't think there are many, if any, plot holes that I can think of. Yeah, pretty fairly self-consistent while being pretty what am I trying to say? Complex as well. It's not like time is a linear line and that's it, right? There are world lines and divergences and all that sort of thing. Anyway, like I said, it's the anime that sort of opened my eyes to what the medium was capable of and gave me that itch to explore it more and explore more favorites. And that's when I got into some of my other favorites, some of which are actually stronger than Steins Gate. Yeah, I agree with that, NZDO. It does tone that down. Funnily enough, people think of Steins Gate like very often as the quintessential otaku culture anime, but that doesn't apply to me, and it didn't when I first watched it, and I absolutely adored it. So I like that they toned it down. There's more of it in the visual novel for anyone who's interested in that. Top 3 favorite characters: Okabe, Kurisu, and Mayuri. Honestly, it's Okabe and then 2 of Kurisu, Mayuri, and Suzuha. Any 2 of them, basically. It's very even between the 3. What's not the right way to approach it? Ibasha? What do you mean? Suzuha's amazing, yep. Ava, Attack on Titan, Hunter x Hunter, and Berserk in Age's top 10. He's just for like me for real. Sorry to burst your bubbles, Andy. Ava is 21 right here. We've already gone through Ava. Sorry. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Sorry, Abasha. I didn't realize you were talking to someone else. What's the plot twist? What's everyone so surprised about? Were people not here for my previous ones? I guess you weren't. Where can I find this list? Just here. That's it. Here, every stream people ask me to quickly show the top 100 so far, so I will. Here, I'll remove this sub goal. Here's 100 to 78. After I'm done writing this list, I will provide it as a command in Nightbot, and you can get a link to it whenever you want. I'll also put out a video about it, but as of right now, I don't want people going to it because it'll reveal... There are parts of this document that reveal what's coming up. Talk about Ava a little. Left Long, I already did. I don't want to. Like, I can't go back and talk about the things I've already covered, right? Ava's a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece in visual direction, narrative presentation, character psychology. It's everything. It does everything really well. But I can't go back and talk about the ones I've already talked about, right? That kind of that's a bit too much, right? It's in previous VODs, right? Anyways, that's the top 100 to 78. This is 77 to 53. Is Final Fantasy X in your list? It is. It is right here. 59. Final Fantasy X is amazing. It is one of my favorite Final Fantasies, one of my favorite video games. Have you watched or read Mob Psycho 100? Yes, I have watched it. And no. It is not on the list, but it's great. It's really good. By the way, for anyone who's curious about what I've watched or read, you can just check my MyAnimeList account where it shows everything. Everything I've watched or read when it comes to anime or manga is right in there, which is linked in my socials right there. And then the rest of this list, 52 to 38 right there. Where here we start getting into the nitty-gritty where I deeply love everything here. And then this is what's left, what we got to yesterday, up to 17, 37 to 17. Mob Psycho is like a warm hug for the soul. I'm glad it speaks to you so much, Dragonite. So the plus... So here's a legend. It's pretty simple. The plus means it's ascending in terms of whenever I think about it, the more I think about it, the more I experience it, whatever. That work is ascending. Like, it's got an upward momentum. The minus means descending, meaning although I love them, the more I think about it over time, they're kind of descending a little bit, unfortunately. And no symbol means my feelings on them are kind of stable. They're not significantly positive or negative. Better Call Saul before Breaking Bad. Just a spoiler, Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad are put together. They're put together. I hope Arcane goes higher. Okay, sorry, Jotaro. Thoughts on the logic of the scene where the shy lady... Whoa, that's a kind of spoilerish. But, I don't care. I mean, I guess it's inconsistent. I didn't really care. Is Sekiro in that top, AJ? No, Zandy, I have not played it yet. I have high hopes for it. I think that once I get to Sekiro, it'll be right up there. It's one of the ones that I haven't experienced yet that I have a feeling could very easily be in my top 100. But yeah, Jotaro, I mean, I guess it's inconsistent. I don't really care. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, I know I have to play Sekiro. I know. It looks awesome. I doubt that it would watch... you could watch Critical play it on his Switch. I doubt that it would be better than Bloodborne for me just because of how many boxes Bloodborne ticked. But I have high hopes for sure. If I don't like the story, though, then it has a bit of a ceiling, personally. But that's just my assumption. It doesn't work that way all the time, so it could be really high without me enjoying the story. We'll see. You're spitting. Glad to hear it. Seeing black and white on top 100 on that 100 spot makes me very anxious. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, Abashia, I'm just saying that to give the argument the benefit of the doubt. I don't think... What I was trying to say is if you view it from that perspective, I can see how you think it's inconsistent. Personally, I've never even thought about it. It's never struck me or negatively impacted my experience in any way. I'm just giving it the benefit of the doubt by saying that about inconsistency, if you get what I mean. I'm giving the argument the benefit of the doubt, is what I mean. Sorry, Dawn Enjoyer. What did you say? I missed it somewhere. But someone said it's 82, so apparently you were asking about The Departed. Oh, Poon Poon. Yeah, it's 81. It's 81. Thank you for the sub, Wolfie. Thank you very much. Enjoy the emotes. There are more coming as soon as Twitch approves them. Thank you very much for the support. I've somehow, in the week since we started as an affiliate, I've made like $150, so thank you guys for the support. That's kind of crazy. I didn't even know that was possible so quickly. I don't have any metric of how quickly you get money on Twitch, but that was pretty cool. I can buy myself a couple dinners, more than a couple. Yeah, Bloodborne's Lovecraftian aesthetic is it is so AJ core that I have doubts that any Soulsborne game that doesn't have it could really capture that, but Elden Ring... We'll see. It's got that Martin influence, right? Bloodborne's atmosphere. Yeah, Oblivion. I'm so bad at Soulsborne games, which is why it's painful for me to see, to get into them, but it's always worth it, especially when it comes to Bloodborne. It's a process, which is why I'm so hesitant to play Elden Ring on stream. Any anticipation for the Batman? Yes, absolutely. I'm really, really interested. And yes, I have Duckies, but I have not played it. I do Thousand Arrows. I do consider Pokemon Black, White, and Black, White 2 separate. Yeah, I do, primarily because I haven't played Black and White 2 since release, basically, and I replayed Pokemon Black and White, the original, for a video just this past year, so I don't have updated thoughts on it. Are your top 100 all over 9 out of 10? Yes, the lowest one is a 9 out of 10. You know, it gets stronger as it goes on, obviously, but the lowest is a 9 out of 10. Oh, crap, Zenon, you gifted it, didn't you? Oh, no. I don't know. Sorry, I still need to... Oh, you're talking about the support, the $150. Okay, sorry. I'm way back in chat. I get what you mean. Thanks again, Wolfie, for the sub. Or a couple big dinners, yep. Sorry, guys, I'm just catching up on chat. I looked at your mail, and I'm sad you dropped One Piece so early. Well, 40 episodes is quite a bit of time, right? I'd say in terms of the ratio, the proportion of episodes, it's obviously early, right, in the series. But I think 40 episodes is enough to get a complexion of the series and decide whether or not you want to follow it for 800, 900, 1,000 episodes. And while I enjoyed it, I just thought, you know, it probably I like it, but not enough for that long. That's what I decided back 7 years ago or whatever. That's fine, Jotaro. Too bad it's a problem for you. Yes, sorry, Zena. Can you show? I just did defying. Like here. This is the top. This is the topmost. Guys, I can't keep going back and and going back to the list and showing you guys. We gotta do some forward momentum. Trying so hard not to say ratio. You caught that, huh? Anyways, this is what we got up to. Now this is where we are now. Anyways, okay. So this is one that I think I might not talk about super long, because I don't think many of you have played it. I'll just keep that there for a second, catch up on chat a little. One Piece is more of a reading experience, I've heard. And thank you, Josh, for the hydrate. Did you miss Attack on Titan? Nope. Yeah, yeah, they do destroy your soul, Davinator. Oh, thank you very much, Wolfie. Glad to hear it. Glad you could stop by. I'm not really interested in reading One Piece right now. But yeah. Well, the first One Piece opening, very cool. It's got that very nostalgic feel, right? Guys, I'm not too interested in watching One Piece. I appreciate it, but too much on my plate right now. I totally trust you that One Piece is amazing in the manga. Totally trust you. But, yeah, I've got too much stuff to do right now. Ibashia, I'm going to. Like I said before, I'm going to. There's going to be a command, once I'm done this top 100, there's going to be a command where you can do a command and you'll get the list, but I don't want to enable that command right now because it'll lead you to a document that has spoilers for the what's coming up, right? So once I'm done, you'll be able to, for sure. Okay, so Fata Morgana. Zena, my backlog is outdated, like I said before. I purposely not kept it updated because it would spoil this. It would spoil it a lot. Damn, this shit dropped down real quick. No, I wouldn't say so. This is 13th of all time. 13th fictional thing of all time. No, I don't, Defying. Okay. 13th is extremely high. However, it did drop a bit. How's it going, Gonzito? So it did drop a little bit, but Freaks said it dropped down real quick, like it's I don't know. I wouldn't describe it that way. What I would say is it was around 10th, and now it's around 13th after almost a year since I finished it. So I wouldn't say that's real quick, and I would say that's quite a gradual. It's not a huge difference. Their lines are very fine. So, anyways, what I will say. Now I have more hope for Final Fantasy IX to be top 3. Ooh boy, that is aiming high. So the house in Fata Morgana, it essentially captures one of my favorite types of atmosphere in storytelling. The opening to this story it's a visual novel, by the way, for anyone who's not familiar. It's told in roots, like most, well, kind of roots, like most visual novels. It is, the introduction to it is one of the best hooks in anything I've ever seen, through gradually putting you in this spooky, ominous, extremely rich, sorrowful atmosphere. You're put into this setting that's incredibly sad and mournful, and you can't quite place why. And the hook here is putting together the pieces of the puzzle to understand who you are, the story of this, the plot here, what's gone on, the story, everything that's happened up till now, because you're essentially in like an emotional post-apocalypse, basically. So much has gone down, and you, the protagonist, have lost semblance of what's happened. And the idea is putting these pieces together. So it's a mystery in that sort of way. It's a very it draws you to be an active participant in theorizing. And then once you actually get into the meat of the story, I think it's structurally extremely, extremely smart, extremely clever, really well done. And I suppose the magic of it is in a lot of the plot, like I said, the structure, a lot of the plot twists and how they apply to the characters directly. Here, I need something more somber. I need something a bit more somber. And so it has one of my favorite protagonists in anything ever. My third favorite in any manga. So that should tell you how much I value the main character of this. And it has, like, variations in each route that contribute to the overall whole, from which recontextualization helps them, stand out a bit more. It helps you think about things and challenges you to challenges you to have perspective and revisit certain things. Anyways, Code Geass isn't on the list yet, right? No, and it's not on the list. Sorry, spoiler alert. Yeah, yeah, I totally get that, Davinator. I've experienced similar things. Are visual novels considered games? No idea, no clue. Have you ever replayed it? Yes. At least Yumineko is higher. I won. Actually, the reason it's pretty much the reason that it's lower than it was, I don't know, 6 to 8 months ago, is that I replayed or reread with someone else this sequel story, A Requiem for Innocence, and something that kind of bothered me at first about the story, but bothered me a lot more the second time, kind of just like stuck in my craw. It kind of it detracted more than I wished it would. And if you've played it, if you read it, I think you know what it is. It's a characteristic associated with a main character that I just don't enjoy. It's not something I like. I think it's something that actively detracted from it and really didn't need to be there. So you know what I'm talking about, I'm sure, if you've read it. That's essentially, it bothered me a lot more the second time round. I have very few qualms with Attack on Titan, but the main villain kind of depiction of the Colossal at the beginning makes me wish its user had more material. Have you any thoughts on this? I don't agree, Spine. Personally, I think that he has a very clear and distinct role, and I think the fact that he's used in moderation like that actually adds to his character, as to the sort of tragic nature and victimhood of him. He's one of my he's like a top 15 character for me, so I don't really have any complaints for that. But it's too bad that it was unfulfilled potential for you. Okay, so yeah, but like I don't wish to talk about the negatives because this is my 13th favorite fictional work of all time. Fantastic cast overall. Some of the most emotional scenes I've seen experienced in anything. There are songs. The soundtrack is phenomenal. There are songs that make me tear up upon command. There's Giselle. There is what's it called? Ascento Del. Good God, that is a song that just transports me into the mansion. Anyway, it's fantastic. I will definitely be reflecting with an eye for his moderation. Hopefully your take can help improve things for me. Oh, well, I hope so. I don't think I gave much of a huge take, or anything that would combat your feelings, but that's just how I feel about it. So hopefully, Suspect. Sadly, Fata wasn't for me, aside from Doors 3, 7, and that one side episode. 7 is definitely my peak. Interesting that you say Door 3, Shadow, because lots of people don't like it that much. You didn't like Door 5? I thought Door 5 was really beautiful. But I'm glad you liked this side episode. I played it on PS4 Quicksilver. Anyways, that's number 13. Also, I've never known whether I should say Fata or Fata. I've had no idea. No clue at all. But I just say Fata. And someone asked, is Attack on Titan in the top 10? Don't Don't know. Have to wait and see. But we're gonna get to number 12 right now. Hold on. Top 5 in no specific order. Berserk, Attack on Titan, Breaking Bad, Hunter x Hunter, and Fate? No. Well, Fate... Oh, I thought you meant Fate Stay Night. Fate Stay Night is already at, like, 70. 72. But I assume you mean Fate Zero, I guess? We'll see, Dragon Knight. We'll see. Cool suspect. Well, I hope your opinion of that character increases or elevates. As someone who's only read through the first doors, I feel like there are a little too much vocal song. They distract me. Oh, I see. Personally, I think it works because there's no voice acting. It's like a stylistic thing, but I can totally understand why it would get in the way of reading. It never did for me, luckily, because I think there were not two clashing vocal performances in the song and the voice acting, but I totally get it. Oblivion, I totally get it. Requiem was too drawn out for me. Door 3 delivered the same point and emotion without annoying me throughout. Interesting. Interesting. Door 5 was solid but disappointed because I was expecting something different. Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, far. Oh boy. How twisted is it that I play the OST for Fata's rival on Annie Twitter while I'm talking about Fata? Visual novels are hard to get into for me. Totally fair. Not for everyone. There is no voice acting at all, aside from like a couple of laughs and grunts, maybe. There is none at all. Do you think a Fata Morgana anime could work? I do. I would love to see one. I would love to see one, but they'd have to be very deliberate, and they'd have to put a ton of thought into it, which is by no means an easy precursor, right? No way Umineko isn't at least top 5. Interesting. Top 5. That's a hefty one. Would be cool if you play Ace Attorney. I'm open to trying out the series for sure. I've heard it's pretty great. If you're not right with Hunter x Hunter, you'll time yourself out for 2 hours. I need you in chat, Dragon Knight. I need your interactions. But we'll see if you're right. Hold on, I think Helio said something. I might have missed it. I think I missed it. Oh, loving both? Yeah, absolutely. I adore both. Spoiler alert, Umineko is somewhere in this top 12. I've never been able to relate to the discussions or the arguments on Twitter, to the crazy-ass tribalism on Twitter. Lots of voice acting be like, this guy moaned at least this loud. No way Dragon Ball GT isn't top 3. Oh yeah, absolutely. Pokemon Platinum top 10, or am I dreaming too much, AJ? Well, I'm sorry. I am sorry, 1,000 Arrows. Equation, it's my 13th favorite of all time. So yeah, I'd say it's worth it for sure. How much are we covering? I think we'll try to do 12 and 11, and then we'll leave the top 10. Hold on, I cannot play this right now. Okay, AJ, I know you're not a big JoJo guy, but what's your take on Dio as a character outside the series? I think Dio's cool as a device and a concept, more so than I enjoy him on screen, if that makes sense. So definitely very justified in how widely recognized and celebrated he is, and how iconic he is. And he absolutely works for everything that JoJo is, and he's completely necessary. I personally don't enjoy him when he's on screen, though, aside from ironically sometimes, if that makes sense. Best line in Fata, without a shadow of a doubt. Ha ha ha, he he he, ho ho, etc. I agree. Wow, my chat is being graced by the famous Louisiana. Goodness gracious. Thank you. To what do I owe the pleasure? No worries, Bernie. We're only an hour in. Well, we're getting towards the end. We'll finish 12 and 11. No, no, freaks. I don't agree with Critty's take on Jacopo. Aside from, I don't really agree with it. I think Jacopo is like a 10 out of 10 masterpiece character, just with one detraction. And but Critty has many detractions for him. I just have one. So yeah, sorry for sorry. Who was it? Thousand Arrows. Sorry. Pokemon Platinum. That is Generation 4. A voice actor. Sinnoh is the greatest of all time, though. I'm pretty sure it's my favorite game setting ever. Oh yeah, it's absolute. Sorry, the full name. Sorry, Louisiana. Sinnoh is definitely one of my favorite settings. It's not quite my favorite. That would go to Xenoblade Chronicles, but it's right up there with the Witcher 3 setting, Final Fantasy 9 setting, Spira or Delfino, things like that. Right up there, and probably ahead of them. It's like top 3 video game setting or so, somewhere around there. I see on Twitter you saw Korra. Have you seen The Last Airbender as well? And what are your thoughts if you have? I watched it in the summer of 2020, and it's very good. It's a very good series. Rewatching Attack on Titan Season 2 right now, and Eren telling Reiner he's the worst guy in the history of humanity hits different. Yeah. I hope you're enjoying it, Shadow. My only experience with Gen 4 is the remakes, which I'm not a big fan of. Those don't look as good. I'd recommend trying out the original Zero, but I mean, the aesthetic doesn't work for everyone, right? Do you play Pokemon Showdown? I did in university, duckies. Have you played Disco Elysium? Nope. It looks kind of cool, though. Only very good. I'm sorry. It's a strong 8. It's a strong 8. Okay, so sorry. Is Pokemon Diamond Pearl on here as well, or is Platinum such an improvement that it bumps it up from the top 100? Well, Platinum's a distinct improvement, in my opinion. How's it going, Elijah? Platinum's a very distinct improvement, but I don't include it because I think there's enough of a difference. But I also don't include Diamond and Pearl because they're 90% the same story, right? Hey, Gil, how are you? Hope you're doing well. So I don't want to be redundant and put Diamond and Pearl there as well, when Platinum is the optimal version of it in higher up. If it was just Diamond and Pearl, I think they would be somewhere around here, somewhere around 30 or so. Between 25 and 30 maybe. But Platinum, and these are very small margins, right? So, but Platinum elevates it a lot. Maybe 25-30 is a bit too low. I would say between 20 and 25 is where it would be. But Platinum elevates it up to 12. We're at 12, Critty. We were just talking about you. Yeah, I do want to play Disco Elysium. Actually, funnily enough, I have a list of things I want to try in the near future. Sorry to diverge. I'll talk about Platinum in a second, I promise. And it's an extensive list, and Disco Elysium is on there. So here it is. Well, some of them aren't released yet. So Final Fantasy VII Remake Stream Replay, which we're doing right now. Final Fantasy XIV, which I'm playing right now. Legends of Arceus, Osama Ranking, Odd Taxi, Sunny Boy, Dark, The Witcher, The Succession, Euphoria, Elden Ring, Sekiro, The Wire, Fate Stay Night Reread, Legend of Korra, if I continue to find it enjoyable, Chrono Cross, Disco Elysium, and Xenoblade 3. And Breath of the Wild 2. That's what I got in my backlog upcoming. Is Chainsaw Man anywhere near the top 100? I assume you're asking. It's a strong 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Yeah, Critty. That's why we're talking about you. I was talking about how it got actually lowered, and someone was asking if it's because of some problems you had with it. So they mentioned you. Yeah, that's why it's there, Lockcole. Okay, sorry. Pokemon Platinum. So, it's essentially everything I love about Pokemon's understated, setting-based storytelling, very subtle storytelling, just carried out with the best quality possible. It is ingenious the way this story unfolds thematically, and using the setting, every single town has its own distinct atmosphere and themes that contribute to the overall whole, which is sort of a focus on tradition and culture and history, but also as well, like, not forgetting your roots, but as well as it being a cohesive statement with the way forward for the future and how people, remember these sorts of things, but try to move on as well without getting stuck in the past and stuck in these cultures and sorts of things. Each town offers something new and integrative with that sort of message. The legendaries cover it as well. I made a 40-minute video about it, so there's a huge elaboration there about why it's so wonderful, but it's just ingenious. It uses the Pokemon formula and tells a very mature story, a very atmospheric story, uses with amazing music, in my opinion, the best soundtrack in the series, the best presentation in the series as well. And just, if you really want to look into Platinum in this way, it is one of the most unique storytelling experiences. If you have to shift your perspective and really see the where it places its cards and how it's telling its story. But if you do, I think it's an extremely gratifying experience. Okay. Sorry, I missed some things. Switch Sports is the sequel I needed. Well, glad for you then, Elijah. Any Persona games? Yeah, Persona 5 Royal is number 71. I love Persona 5 Royal. When you said Euphoria, I thought about the visual novel by the same name. Oh, I didn't even know there was one. Yeah, Dwarfy. Lots of gift subs. FIFA, obviously number 1. Little side, I can't stand the FIFA games. What are your favorite soundtracks from the game? Eterna Forest. Here, let's go to the actual soundtrack. We have Eterna Forest, which is one of my favorites video game songs. We have the lake themes. We have Snowpoint, Route 216, Route 209, to mention a few. It just does atmospheric music extremely well. Canalave, yeah, for sure. Canalave is one of my favorite cities in Pokemon. Yeah, they might... Lake is right up there, too. It's tough. I have like a top 10, I could probably say, but not a top 2. I can't really narrow it down. He doesn't know. I'm gonna stay away from it then. No, I haven't, Duckies. FIFA 9 was Kino? Oh, I gotta get back to the classics then. Forest themes in Pokemon, yep. The Snow Route, yeah, that's Route 216. That's the one I mentioned before. Do you have a list of your most anticipated future releases? Not aside from the ones I said already. Obviously, in addition to that, Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2. I'm waiting for Hunter x Hunter and Haikyuu. Me too. I'm waiting for more Hunter x Hunter chapters and more Haikyuu anime. No, I'm kidding. I mean, spoiler alert, they're coming. So here, we'll do Canalave. One of the... Oh, so beautiful. For anyone who doesn't know, Canalave City's soundtrack is a remix of the end credits for Gen 2, which is yet another callback to the past. This game never forgets generations past, both in-universe and out. It's beautiful. Oh, that's cool, Duckies. Oh, I might have heard them if they do remixes. I might have heard them, if so. Will you play Forspoken? Never heard of it. Okay, but I think that's about all for Pokemon Platinum. And then the last one for today. The Lake Trio theme. Yeah, I'll play it in a second. The last one for today. What do we have here? Oh, this is one that I was going back and forth with before stream. Oh, it's so tough. I'm actually almost undecided right now, but I think I know which one it is. Okay, here. Here's I'll do one more betting thing. Here's number 10 and here's number 11. I'm not saying the order right now. You guys can bet if you want. If you don't want to, then you don't have to. I'm not going to explain both 11 and 10. We got to get into Final Fantasy VII. But I'll explain 11. Okay. So here, we'll do the prediction. 1 second, let me just organize it. So what you're going to be guessing right now is which one is number 11. So which do I like slightly less? Final Fantasy IX or Chrono Trigger. And this will be a 1-minute vote. Start prediction. Again, some countries don't let you bet on these things, or if you don't want to bet, you don't have to. Totally understandable. Chrono Trigger is my top 1 game, but I'm not confident it's higher. Has to be 9. What has to be 9? Oh, it has to be 9, that's 11, I see. I think you like 9 slightly less. 9 is my fave, but Chrono Trigger is unbelievably godlike. They're both godlike. They're both peak fiction. They're both peak video games. These are my 2 favorite video games. For anyone who doesn't know. That doesn't mean they're my favorite video game series overall, if that makes sense. But they're my favorite individual video games. All in? Okay. Betting it all on this. I need my house, AJ. Don't let me down. I mean, you're the one guessing. Hope FF10 doesn't barely miss the top 10. Or sorry, FF9. Okay. Is it finished? Are you covering both of these today? I think I'll just cover one. I think it would be cool to just start the next stream with top 10. Okay. You'd really like to hear my take on 9 if you like it more than Chrono Trigger. Well, I mean, if it's this close, wouldn't you like to hear it anyway? Especially considering your age. What does that mean? What do you mean by that, Lockhole? Curious. Anyways. Yeah, I'm so old. Choose prediction. Your age, damn, dude. Choose prediction outcome. Wow. Most people got it right. The answer, number 11, is Chrono Trigger. Most people got it right. I thought that would be closer. And this right here, this ends the second last tier. The final 9 top peak fiction are the final tier. As in the last 9, at any point in time, I've thought this could be my favorite story. Like I've thought that. That's basically the criteria for every single one of my last 9. Anyways, I'll get to the chat in a second, and then we'll talk about it in a second, about Chrono Trigger. One of the best works I've ever experienced. Okay, thank you for the hydrate. Yeah, Gil, I purposefully did not update my backlog before I did this top 100, because that's cheating. You guys would spoil yourselves, right? Amano Toriyama. Good job, Shadow. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but if you want to frame it that way, Amano greater than Toriyama, sure. By the way, Critty, I'm looking forward to your Zelda final last spurt. Lock cold, but I actually started JRPGs when I was 19, so no, nostalgia really isn't much of a factor at all. My first JRPG was Final Fantasy VI when I was in university. And also, both games are quite old, right? I was gonna rage if you said you liked Chrono Trigger better. Why? Why? Tribalism, getting caught up in this chat. I'm being sarcastic, by the way, guys. I'm just being sarcastic. Yeah, I prefer Roman numbers. People tend to prefer the regular numbers, but I'm gonna do Roman. Road to the Naruto watch through. uh, sure. DM me, Abasha. DM me on Discord, and I'll tell you after the stream. I mean, 9 would make. I don't know. What are the implications in what you're saying, Law Cole? I'm not sure what you mean. 9. Do you just think 9's not good? Is that what you're? Is that what you mean? Like, do you just think Chrono Trigger's way superior? Do you think you need to have played past FF games to fully enjoy 9? I do think it has a lot of callbacks and references and Easter eggs, so I think you can 95% enjoy it if you don't. But to get everything out of it, I would recommend it being you playing it after you get a few under your belt. This means Fate Zero made the top 10? Not necessarily. I bought a book holder today, so now I'm officially lost my excuses to not read Shakespeare. Oh, good for you, Critty. Better you than me. Okay, so here we go. Let's actually talk about Chrono Trigger. So Chrono Trigger is perhaps the best designed, technically and mechanically, the best put together game I've played. One of them for sure, definitely in the conversation, in terms of gameplay, in terms of plot design, in terms of the characters' roles in the story, and how it all sort of coalesces together. I find the cast to be, there's not a huge character focus here, which is a contrast in Chrono Trigger to a lot of my favorite stories, well, similar to Pokemon Platinum as well. But what it does is capture these moments where, you know, it ropes you into this classic adventure, and it's just hard. Like, the kid in me finds it very difficult to not find that super enticing and epic and emotional, just to start on this grand adventure through time and back. I'm not going to spoil it, by the way, but just minor plot concepts. There is time travel here. I'm pretty sure everyone knows that about Chrono Trigger, right? How's it going, D1? First-time chatter, thanks for stopping by. And thank you for the follows, guys. Really appreciate it. We're greater than 2,000 now. Thank you very much. Okay, sure, bro. Fate Zero not in the top 10. Maybe not. You never know. So what I think it does is the progression of the plot is pretty masterful in terms of getting you to these, like, it does rising action, and it plays around with tone so well that there are these moments throughout that really hit so hard, whether it be Magus's castle, whether it be the first time you hear Wind Scene, for example, or the first time you hear Corridors of Time, the big twist and the untwist, if that makes sense. There are these moments that strike home so well, the combination of visuals, music, tone, pacing, and point in the story, that would not be able to hit nearly as well if the story wasn't so meticulously planned out. That's what I mean. There's like such a technical attention to detail and knowledge of how to make it hit, right? How to make the story hit the most. Each character has their own distinct role. Their camaraderie is something extremely endearing. You'll play the Chrono Cross Remastered? Maybe. I might. The first time you hear Memories of Green? Absolutely. Speaking of the music is absolutely wonderful. It is so good. I keep saying that about these works, but that's not a coincidence that a lot of my favorites have amazing music. Favorite character in Chrono Trigger would be Magus. Second place would be Shala. Third place would be Luca. And I think the villain, well, I don't want to spoil much, but I mean, if you don't want to know who the ultimate villain in Chrono Trigger is, then you might want to mute for a little bit, but I mean, this is pretty common knowledge. Lavos, I mean, this is right in the beginning. Lavos, I think, is the quintessential prime force of nature villain. I have no complaints whatsoever with Lavos. I don't think there need to be characterization or for it to even be anything other than, you know, a force of nature. Again, a thematic antithesis. I think Lavos is everything it needed to be. I have no complaints whatsoever of it. The more minor antagonists, which I have a feeling is who you're talking about, Dejobu Man, I think that's the exact role they needed to be. We have titular or more prominent antagonists, and those play their roles extremely well, Lavos being one of them. The more minor ones aren't really, are hardly antagonists anyway, so I don't have any problem with the antagonists at all. Robo and Frog goated too, right? Of course, Frog would be fourth. Did Breath of the Wild make the top 100? Yes, it is number 58. 58 right there. What do you think of the combat? Gameplay's great. One of my favorite JRPG turn-based / active ATB systems. I think it's really good. It's really fun. And I love customizing and using different parties and stuff. I believe my favorite was Chrono, Ayla, and Robo, if I remember correct, in terms of gameplay. What song is this? This is 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim, In the Doldrums. Oh, the Queen and her General. Yeah, the General I don't care about. But the Queen... I mean, the role of the Queen is to essentially... I can't get into it. I understand what you mean. Wind scene is absolutely beautiful. Random, what are your top 5 Attack on Titan characters? Very random. Eren, Erevin, Levi, Zeke, and... Armin? It's close between Armin, Grisha, and Reiner. For the 5th one. Dragon Knight, I watched the first 10 seconds and then didn't watch anything more because I didn't know if I wanted to watch it because of spoilers. Or I don't know. I kind of wanted a blank slate. I'll decide if I want to watch the full trailer. Kingdom Hearts did not make the list so far, Duckies, and it will not. It will not. Azala, I think Azala's really, not directly profound, but plays a really interesting role. And the more you think about Azala's role in the time span of the story, the more I think you can glean from Azala and her role. I think she's really profound. Really makes you question, how things are, how they came to be, whether the things we assume about the story are incorrect. Azala's really cool. You know all of the top 9? Very cool. Do you want the Raptors to make any trades? Just get rid of Dragic. just get rid of Dragic for something. Does this mean Attack on Titan confirmed in top 9? Maybe it just missed out, Luciano. Maybe it just missed out. But yeah, so Chrono Trigger, some of the, those moments I mentioned, it has this tendency to be able to just pull out these peak transcendental moments very deliberately through the way it structures its plot and progresses things. And it's just... there is no wasted, it's completely efficient. There's no wasted energy on anything at all. Every piece of the whole contributes to a sum that is greater than its parts. It's a work of art, Chrono Trigger. It's legendary. And I think if it came out today, it would have another Undertale-like, it would be another Undertale-like phenomena. I think that's how well it's aged. That's how timeless it is. It just captures that childlike imagination in everyone who loves stories. And just carries it the full 9 yards. Okay. Yeah, I know. Amano, yep. Character designer was the author of Dragon Ball, yep. And I like them. I like them in pixel art, and I like them in illustrations. Yeah, Abastia, I'll tell you after the stream's done. Or I can tell you now. I can tell you if you're wrong or right now. Do you want me to? You're wrong. You're wrong. It was close, though. It was close. Okay, that's all we got today, guys. Thank you for sticking with me. We're in the top 10 now. I'm so... humbled by how often you guys were interested in this top 100, and we're in the final stretch. Top 10, starting with Final Fantasy IX next stream. So, yeah. Just to reiterate, today we went through 16, Nier Replicant and Nier Automata, Shogun Roku Rakugo Shinju, Steins Gate, Fata Morgana, Pokemon Platinum, and Chrono Trigger. And number 10 is Final Fantasy IX, which we will start off next top 100 stream. We're about to start Final Fantasy VII, though. Very quick, we're going to get into Final Fantasy VII. It's just going to be I just want to finish Wall Market. We're essentially at the end of Wall Market. It's going to take an hour or less, so we're going to be doing that. You're excited for the rest of the list? I'm glad, Elijah. How many are you doing next stream? I might do 5 and 5. But we'll see how quickly I can talk about them. Did the Monogatari series make it? Yes, Monogatari is number 38. Very high favorite. Watch this funny video. Okay. Oh, man. Okay, I already know. 1 second. Sorry, exposing my DMs. Didn't mean to do that. Summarize your thoughts on Nier in a nutshell. Brilliantly directed, eccentric. Sometimes that's a double-edged sword, but the vast majority of Yoko Taro's what Yoko Taro places on the series in terms of thematic identity and directorial identity is profound and deeply emotional. One of my favorite casts in anything ever. Masterful music. Nier Replicant is very flawed, but I take mostly the benefits away from it. Just brilliant storytelling and very profound and sticks in my chest. Hopefully that's adequate, Luciano. I talked about it more, obviously, earlier on. You can check out the VOD. God of High School, number 1, of course. Okay, let's see what Critty just sent me. I cannot believe this. The note as Peak looks on in horror. Oh my god. And the note as you see the armor titan, or the colossal titan. And the come down when you see Gabby. Oh, fantastic. Look, it's so epic. Reiner reaching out for Gabby. This is My Hero Academia. Why did Mappa not do this? Come on. I mean, the notes, the emotional notes that hit as you see our Chad right there, the hero. Like, look at this. Listen to the notes that hit right when you see the colossal titan. My hero. Oh, tears in my eyes. That's really good. Really good, Poggy. That's super good. Okay. How do I move on from that? AJ, when will you watch Jotaro? I'm not gonna keep answering you, buddy. I told you. I've told you before. I'll watch it when I watch it. I'm not sure when. The answer's not gonna change a couple days later. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, hold on. We found AJ's new top one. The list is screwed now. Yeah, it's this 2 minutes, directed by the absolutely masterful Poggy Man 666. I forget the username. Exactly. Geez, you guys are making me hydrate big time. Have you ever taken a detailed fictional personality quiz? No. I'd do one on stream sometime, though. That sounds fun. My Hero Academia is gonna be at least top 2, right? At least. No, in seriousness, I do really like My Hero Academia. Wow. I do really like My Hero Academia, but it's not quite on this list right now. Jeez, you... Hold on, I gotta change... Oh no, okay, that's 2. Okay. Oh Jesus, okay. There's 3? Now dance, streamer. I've done 2/3 of a water bottle because of you guys. One second. Okay, we reached a lull. There we go. I'm gonna need to go to the bathroom very soon. Yeah, thanks to you guys. You better not leave during while the Be Right Back screen is back up. I'm kidding. I know lots of people come for the top 100 and leave once you're done because you're not interested in Final Fantasy. Totally get that. Right about there. All right, Shadow. Thanks very much. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you can catch the rest of the top 10 and the next Attack on Titan one. You're always very fun to have in chat, so thanks for coming by. If you play the Bad Pussy clip while you go to the washroom, I'm very sure everyone will stay. Me too. All right, Hero Pages, sounds good. Do you plan on getting a Discord? I think this community would be great. I've thought about it. I just don't know how much of a commitment it is to keep up with it. Like, is it a full-time job organizing a Discord server? That sounds like a lot, and I don't know if I could. But if it's not a ton of work, then maybe I could. New teaser for Better Call Saul? Oh, okay, I'm gonna react to it on stream. Can you send it in chat, Luciana? Make the mods do everything for you. I wouldn't put that on them. Thank you. Here. Okay, gotta mute this. How do I mute this? Hold on. Okay, hold on. Tab out. Here we go. Okay, we're just gonna quickly react to the Better Call Saul trailer, which is right here. I'm not looking at chat right now. Sorry. Oh, it's only 20 seconds. Okay. Oh, it's muted. No. I mean, yeah. I guess it's April 18th. Oh, Gus. He doesn't believe fear to be an effective motivator. April 18th. All right, perfect. Okay, Critty. I'll be live for another 45 minutes to an hour or so. Afterwards, I'll send some people to you. Enjoy your pizza. So sorry, Suspect Spine asked me, do you think Aaron's evil in nature? I do not think he's evil in nature, no, but that doesn't mean that he's not capable of doing evil things. How are you feeling about Scotty Barnes' development? I'm extremely confident about Scotty Barnes' development. I think it's going as well as it could be going, basically. We're giving him responsibility. The Raptors are giving him responsibility while not putting too much on him. So I think that's great. I believe hype to be an effective motivator. If the Succession War ends in Hunter x Hunter, how would you like the anime to adapt it? Like which studio? Whatever studio can do it in the same quality that the 2011 anime was adapted in. I'm not particular about studios, more so staff and dedication to... Oh, whoops. I need to switch the scene, sorry. And dedication to the source material. Films or anime? Anime. Probably. But, I mean, that's probably because I just haven't watched many films lately. It could easily change. I will ratio your wife, your son, and your infant daughter. Gus is a sicko.
No! Cloud! Finally! Tifa! Tifa!
Sorry, so I didn't really talk about where we are in the story. Right here, we're just towards the end of Wall Market, where we've done a bunch of miscellaneous tasks to get into Don Corneo's mansion to find out information, and he's now saying that she's gotten in. She's become one of the candidates to be one of his girls. And so that's where we are right now. This is sort of the climax of the Wall Market chapter, chapter 9, and one of my favorite little sections of the game. So we're just going to finish this up. And then once this is done, we'll just finish the stream because last time had to end early.
Take a deep breath. What about Tifa?
I heard Corneo was going to audition new girls soon.
I'll answer that in a second, guest.
Tifa's going to be... I don't know what to do.
Well, I do.
I'll come too. Hey, Cloud, bro. I can call you bro, right?
Nope.
Just want to say, bro, that I'm totally relieved that you're looking out for Tifa.
And we talked about Wall Market quite a bit in the last stream. Basically said all I wanted to say about it, the contrast between the original and this one, the vibes of this one, how it's a bit more celebratory while still maintaining that feel, right? Hey, Spirit Noodle. How's it going?
So, bro, do you have any advice for a smart, stand-up guy like myself?
No.
Oh, come on, bro!
So, I apologize, Aerith. We got you the worst dress. But I've never seen this cutscene for the worst dress, so we'll see what it's like. Guest, I would love Pirtle, but I don't think there's anything we can offer to get him, and Spurs are not going to trade him. In particular, I have nothing in mind that's on my wish list for a player right now today.
I have a feeling that I'll just be getting in the way.
Go find Aerith at Madame M's. Tell her to wait for me there when she's done. Think you can handle that?
Yes, sir.
And Spirit Noodle, so you just got to the end of Wall Market, it looks like. We were talking about top 100 for about an hour and a half.
You again? Got that letter of approval you mentioned.
You know that's only good for women, right?
Yeah, it's for Aerith.
Who? Oh, that girl you were with.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not
Sorry
bad.
to hear that.
Aerith looks beautiful in
By the
anything.
way, you're stuck out here, pal. I can't let you in.
I wasn't asking for permission.
Huh? Wouldn't try it if I were you. Trust me, you don't want to screw with the Don. If you even think about causing any trouble, he'll make sure someone pays for it. And that someone might wind up being the girl you're trying so hard to break out. Or it could wind up being someone you've never even met before. Get it? You're in the Don's world now. Anyway, you've got some time yet. The audition won't start for a while. If you're sure you want to go through with this, then bring the girl and the letter. But if I were you, I wouldn't.
So some really nice, subtle, well, not overly subtle, but kind of subtle work for Leslie here. It's not subtle at all. He doesn't like the Dawn. He makes it very clear you should not bring your girl here, is what he's saying. Leslie's a pretty interesting character. I like him, and you see sort of the roots of his motivations here. And yeah, someone just said his voice is really soothing or something. I agree. It's a great voice. All right, Turtle Man. Stay hydrated. See you next stream. Thanks for stopping by. Hey, Samuel Shaper. I have had a decent week. I hope you have as well. I was the first person you thought of for Xenoblade. That's an honor. I'm glad to hear it. I'm excited, yeah. I hope it's a bit more original Xenoblade than Xenoblade 2, but either way, I'm open to it. I still enjoyed 2. So let's see. Some Leslie does feel like filler for sure. Oh.
Alright, you're
Or
up.
padding, rather, is what I'd call it.
Come on. You look fine.
Aw, this is... She's still beautiful.
Yeah.
Aerith, what are you wearing?
I know, right?
She's...
It's bad.
It's not
Like,
bad.
super bad. I've
Oh.
been trying to figure out if there was anything more I could have done with it, but...
Doesn't really matter.
The dog and
Or
cat?
not anyway.
That's out of pocket.
Yeah, but still. You put a lot of work into this. Did you put a lot of work
She's so
into this?
pretty. She's pretty.
Hey, wait a minute.
Hey, barbed wire.
Did Johnny forget to give you my message?
The one asking me to stay put? No, I got it. I was worried about you.
I'm starting to think this place is more dangerous than we thought. Who knows what they'll ask you to do in this audition? No way in hell I'll let you go in there by yourself.
By myself?
I haven't either.
Don't worry, I wasn't gonna. Come on, you'll see.
See what?
See what? What are we
According
seeing?
to Madam M, you've caught the eye of a certain fabulous someone, and they'd like to meet in person.
Huh?
So yeah, she looks great. Come on. It's plainer than the other dresses, but that tone was out of pocket. I remember Critty saying that he doesn't like the English voice actor for Cloud since it sounds robotic. What are your thoughts on his voice? I think Cody Christian does a great job. I don't agree. At times he sounds... At times he does sound stiff, but I think that's very intentional. Cloud is often uncomfortable and, withdrawn. So I think that fits.
I see the way you're looking at her.
Yeah, Cloud showing concern for entering Don Corneo's. Yeah, like he says, you don't know what they're going to do with you.
Where you headed? Why don't you let me buy you
Very endearing. Hey, Og, how are you?
Only took us 2 hours.
This cross-dressing Cloud was made for sickos like me. Hey,
Completely overshadowing. She's
totally understandable. I mean, Cloud makes for a very pretty girl. Voices in the background here. Supergirls. What's she waving at? What do you want? We got this empty bar, literally nothing here. Just a talking bar.
Why are we here?
to see the Honeybee Inn's Andrea Rodeo.
She's waving a Twitch
and
chat.
convince him to give you his stamp of approval. You said you didn't want me going alone, right? Well, with Andrea's help, you can join me. It'll be fun. And honestly, I think you'll look pretty cute in a dress.
What?
It's pretty rare for Andrea to take a personal interest in someone. At least, that's what Madame M said. Trust me, this is gonna work out great. Come on! Don't you want to save Tifa?
Wait.
No can do, Cloud. This is our plan, and you'll learn to love it.
So,
So, here's how I
Okay,
think we
hold
should
on.
approach him. Madame M said Andrea was a man who'd give anyone a fair chance to win him over. So I say we march right up to him, explain the situation, and see where that gets us. Sound good?
Okay, so a couple things to say here before I catch up with chat. 1,000 Arrows, I'll answer your question in a second. So, one thing to make note of here is how into this Aerith is. Like, obviously, this part of the plan makes sense. You need to be a woman, to get into Don Corneo's mansion. We want Cloud to be in there because he's very capable and obviously spearheading this mission. So it makes sense. But she is gung-ho about this. She is very into putting Cloud in a dress and taking him there and going through this process. And that keys us into Aerith's mischievous side. You know, she's not this dainty, fragile flower girl. This has been established already so many times, but this is just an emphasis of it. That she's mischievous. She's down. She's adventurous. And also, this section in general, I was kind of worried before they released it that they wouldn't go the full 9 yards because, you know, people can get very political about this sort of thing. I thought maybe they'd hold back, maybe they'd cut it completely. I was so glad that not only did they include this, but they went all out with it. They put everything into this sequence, and I'm so glad they did because it's so much fun and just got a really wholesome vibe to it. And notably, I won't interrupt this part later on, but Cloud is, you know, uncomfortable, understandably, but open. Throughout the whole thing, he's open, and I love that. He's open to it. And so 1,000 Arrows, I think that the notion that Griffith was at his best as a character during Golden Age, I understand it because he's at his most human and, I guess, relatable and internalized during Golden Age, but I don't agree. I think that he just has a different role after that is carried out with the same amount of quality. So I think he just has a different role with the same amount of quality, which is 11 out of 10 masterful. And yeah, so much detail put into this. Dragonite says, I think his voice is great too. I think it fits, especially when since he was a soldier. I know he has always been like this as a person, but I think it really fits. I agree. Gonna feel weird to hear the Japanese voices when Crick gets to the game. If he plays this game on stream, I'd be down because I haven't actually heard the whole game played in Japanese. Yeah, I was so glad too. It's completely wholesome. Like the positives and the positive reactions far outweigh the negative ones, which is awesome. And even if they didn't, it's just so lovely to see this scene. Andrea is a great character, just for his role here, which is basically the extent of his role in the story. But
extravaganza that is the Honeybee Inn.
We're here to see Andrea Rodea.
You must be Mr. Cloud. He's waiting for you.
Mr. Cloud?
I've been instructed to send you through without delay, sir. Please, make your way to the stage in the back.
What stage?
What
The one in the
stage?
back, sir. Straight through those doors and down the hall.
So in the original, the Honeybee Inn is quite a bit different than this. You wander into the original and and you can peep through a bunch of different doors where people are letting loose with regards to their fantasies. It is funny because you see President Shinra in a compromising position, which I think is good that they cut that sort of thing because it kind of undercuts the weight of his character, I think. Where he's like doing like fantasy role-playing, President Shinra. And Wing. This moment in particular is an example that shows how they could have done they could have fucked up so many things, but they nailed the things they needed to. Absolutely. Jovi, first time chat. I was smiling throughout the whole dance scene. It's just so fun. Yeah. And so yeah, so they show a lot of silly things in the original where you're like peeping through holes, and it's so funny. There's a scene where someone rented out a room for his parents to do whatever they want to do, and they're just sitting there like rocking back and forth in chairs going, what are we doing here? I don't know. So it's funny in the original too. I like it in the original too, but this one just takes it to another level. Thank you for the follows today, guys. If you enjoy the channel, you could drop a follow if you want. Oh, like so rooms like this, yeah. So it's rooms like this, but with different content.
Watch the stinger, sweetie. What shape am I making?
Is circle?
Johnny's dad. I failed the dancing because I was laughing too much. I'll fail the dancing, but let's pretend that it's because I was laughing so much. We have the makeup room. I don't think I'm allowed to be in here.
Hey there, dollface.
Oh, I guess I am.
Been waiting for ya. Come on in. Have a seat.
No, I'm not here for...
Huh? Oh, wait a minute. I think you might have wandered into the wrong room by mistake.
Also, in the original, in the Honeybee Inn, there's a scene where, like, Cloud trips out, like, he completely blacks out, and then wakes up, and there's a buff muscle man massaging him. And the translation is, you can look this up on YouTube, I'm sure it's out there somewhere. The translation is so wacky and makes no sense whatsoever, but it's just so janky and weird that it's kind of endearing. You didn't know that Johnny's father was in there? Yeah, Johnny's father. He's got particular tastes, I guess, but then again, he seemed a bit out of it, so you never know. So that's where I have to go. Let's check out these two.
Ow, that feels amazing.
All right. Don't have much to say about that one. Here's Palmer, who we have not been introduced to yet. But this is very he's out of breath. Oh, he's dying. Oh, my man is dying here. I'm gonna get ya. Yeah. You never explored the Honeybee Inn. It's funny. It is funny. But now I'm in debt.
And here's the man of the hour.
Chosen by Andrea himself, our honored guest.
Sure. Do you have any idea when you may further dissect the ending of Attack on Titan? No. Not really. I made a huge thread on it, Suspect Spine. You could look it up on Twitter. But, you know, we talk about plot points in every episode discussion every week, so we're not going to be there for a long time. But I do have a thread on it, which is, you know, summarizes a lot of my thoughts in general. I've changed my mind on a couple of things, but at its core, that thread still
Do you want to practice your dance
is pretty
moves
accurate.
Why would I want to do that?
Andrea thought it might be a good idea.
first? Over here. Come on now.
Hey, hold on.
In the top 100 talk, probably. I'll make sure of it. Oh, dear, Luciano. I'm definitely going to have to divide the top 10 then. But yeah, okay, that's fair. When we get to Attack on Titan in the top 10, wherever it is, for sure, we can talk about it. I don't want to get super deep into it, like super 3-hour talk about it, because people can be very, you know, the energy can be kind of not super wholesome sometimes when it gets to that, but we'll talk about it. No, we can talk about it. We can talk about it. Oh, crap. I didn't realize I was starting.
Fabulous.
Perfection. Just like that. Work it, honey.
Look, strike a pose. He's so into this. Look at this guy. That's what I'm saying. He's open. It just adds to this whole wholesome energy. If Cloud was not open to this sort of thing, it would not be the same. But he is.
Work it, honey.
He's enjoying himself so much, exactly. Oh god. Alright. Hopefully I can do that good in the original.
You've got real rhythm, mister. Move over, girls. A new dancer's come to town.
Thank you. So, one thing I want to point out, there's a scene while you're doing the actual performance where Cloud is trying to leave. He's trying to leave the stage, and waiters and waitresses and hostesses, whatever, are trying to stop him from leaving. And he keeps evading them. And then, just a little spoiler, most of you guys have played this already, but he runs into Aerith, and she goes, woohoo, and stops him from leaving. And Cloud just goes like, oh, and he tilts his head and scowls at her. That's my favorite few seconds of anything ever. I'll point at the screen when it happens, but just keep an eye out for it. He could have taken one of their heads off. Okay. You'll be doing Friday Night Funk before you know it.
Show's about to start.
Yeah, that's a good catch, Luciano. He's been primed for this to an extent.
My. Is that Cloud? Darling, I had no idea.
Now you just sit tight until Andrea takes the stage.
Look at his muscles. Aw, he's blushing.
Worth repeating that this is the opposite of a situation that Cloud is comfortable in. So, you know. The production. Yeah. Glorious.
Welcome to the Honeybee Inn, Cloud. You seek my approval. I understand. But those who crave my favor must first prove
That they know how to move. Here's the scene I was talking about. Right here. So cute. Aerith is loving every second of this.
follow my lead.
Alright, here we go. I think I'm gonna fail, but we'll see. I cannot handle this. This is like the fourth time I've seen it, and it still can't. Cloud, please. Oh, did I miss? You're a star. Nice. Gotta concentrate. Oh, jeez. Okay. What? Oh, like, what are they doing? What are the moves? I could not handle it. Oh no, I screwed up. Oh, it's all going bad. I didn't remember that breakdance one. Okay. Okay. I am too flustered by the moves. God, this is longer than I remember. Okay. Oh, no. That was so fast. How am I supposed to do this? Okay. I think that's it, right? Okay, I think I did, like, middle of the road. Oh, that's pretty good. That's good. All right. All right, all right. I did well. I did well. He wanted to be a dancer since he was a kid, but it never worked out. Yeah, he's living out his dream. Yeah, antagonist, I didn't do the side quests.
Yes. Yes, I will transform you into a vision of beauty. Now, without further
Absolute
ado,
peak.
let us begin.
And more peak to come. Here we go. Yes, Thomas, you do. Absolutely.
You were born for this.
I love Aerith. She has never been more fulfilled in her life. And if the theories are to be believed, she has seen this happen multiple times. And she's more excited the second. Beautiful. Andrea's earrings obtained. Agreed. Could not phrase it any better.
True beauty is an expression of the heart.
Because this time in 4K, yep.
To which notions of gender don't apply. Don't ever be afraid.
Okay. Hold on. I love this scene so utterly much. I had no clue anything like this could be in the game when I played, and the whole overall message of the scene, Andrea's speech, Aerith being so supportive, Cloud actually getting to let loose even if it's in an uncomfortable situation. It's so, so wonderful. Yeah, I totally agree. Like, I was talking about it earlier, Hannah, how with this scene in the original, I was worried that they wouldn't go the full 9 yards or be afraid because it's, like, people make it into a very extreme political argument, these sorts of things, unfortunately. So I didn't know if they'd be afraid of that, if they'd lessen it, they'd buffer it. But them going the full 9 yards, like you're saying, how everything was so wholesome. On the Andrea character, who's brand new in this game and carries this theme forward in such a great way. Aerith being really supportive and super into it. Cloud being uncomfortable but totally open. It's so good. And yes, Cloud is hot. I just saw that now. Yeah, I totally agree. Oh yeah, this isn't padding at all. This is genuine story content.
Show today blew my mind.
Hey, look at me.
You just can't help but smile when you play through this part. And then look at Shy Boy over here.
Was it planned from the start?
Probably not. Now that was a show. Look of surprise.
Oh yeah. Speak to Jadley, right? Yep, I will. I need to remember exactly where he is, but I think he's somewhere around here. Yeah, as your first Final Fantasy, yeah.
Not a word.
But you're so cute.
No.
But you're so
Oh, pretty, my mistake. Okay, where is Chadley? Where is he? He's up top? Oh, up here? Up the stairs, Luciana? Oh, yeah, there he is. Okay. Okay, got it. Hey, lady. And you know, some of this is disrespectful catcallings to an extent, but the general energy of people being supportive of this also adds to that feeling, I think. Obviously, some people go a little over the top, but you know, like the girl of my dreams, that's cute.
Forgive me, miss, but the way you're staring at me is rather...
I need to learn everything about her.
Oh, goodness. I'm experiencing an emotional response.
That's Chadley's best role, best addition to this game, to be honest.
I never believed it.
What
but
is
love
this
at first
emotional
sight
response?
What is this emotional response? You're horny.
There you go again. Stop looking at other girls.
Am I dead? Did these beautiful angels come for me?
A couple of beautiful angels.
Whoa.
What is this emotional
That's one
response?
hot chick.
Oh, and I like the walk or the canter. I don't know, the half jog. Using what is this emotional response in the future now? Yeah, I gotta start using that too. Cloud making Chadley experience teenage sensations. What a lad. Chadley has been awakened to waifu energy. It's off the charts for sure. Whoops, I didn't hold. Yeah, Chadley's been awakened to a lot of things just now. It was a bit much for him. And Leslie, how's it going, buddy?
No way.
Here you are. Letters from Andrea Rodea and Madam M. That ought to do the trick, right?
You serious?
Is there a problem?
I hope you know what you're in for.
That's a good idea for a sub alert.
Oh, we'll be fine.
If you say so. Come on.
He does rock it, Dragonite. He genuinely looks good. Looks very good.
The two of you here for the audition? Second floor, at the very end of the walk. And don't go poking your nose in where it doesn't belong.
So, Corneo's mansion, very gaudy, very aristocratic, like gaudy to an extremely kind of, in my opinion, tacky degree. Like, this place is so rich, you're gonna get, I don't know, it's very high class. And tells you about Corneo, very decadent. Only the best for the Dawn, who is, in my opinion, the second most disgusting... No, I don't think it's good to power rank them, but one of the most disgusting characters in the game. All the dresses are so pretty. I got Aerith's bad one without knowing there were tears, and was so sad people were being mean about it. Hannah, this is the first time I saw people being mean about Aerith's worst dress. This is the first time I've seen the cutscene. It's so out of pocket, what the hell, with the dog and cat and the music, and Johnny just shoving her. She looks great.
M's girl, ain't it? Man, she's hot.
Who's first? I was gonna say Hojo, but I mean, they're both disgusting people. Yeah, it's just the plainest one, I guess, is what they're portraying it as. It's the most simple. I don't know.
Hey, hands to yourself.
Yeah, she's perfect.
That Andrea's girl? I'd let her do things to me. Go to your room and wait. Quietly.
All right. Let's go to our room.
Room's at the end. Keep walking.
Music is great for this section as well.
Huh?
I like simple too.
What's that weird, sweet smell? And why do I feel so dizzy?
Gas. Come on.
I like how he holds his posture with no one around too. He's embodying the role. Also, indication of Corneo once again, how sick this guy is. Ready-made gas rooms.
So, how you pretty ladies doing? Feeling a little lightheaded? So we can't have that. Let's say we escort you to the parlor, so you can make yourself more comfortable. Let's get this show on the road.
Where are you taking us?
Come on now. Oopsie daisy. Hey, together with Ted, asshole. The hell? You wanna throw down the Corneo's girl? So if you leave a mark on him, you ain't getting off with a one. I know. Managed to wrangle some real lookers this time, though.
Looking forward to Hojo on the beach in part 2. I don't know if they'll even have that.
Can you hear me?
Tifa?
Yes?
You okay?
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't even recognize him.
Good.
Wait a minute. Cloud? Is that you? Oh my god, that makeup and that dress!
Nailed it. I know. Thank you. Moving on.
That's why Cloud's voice actor's great. Like, come on. That was an amazing delivery of that.
Yeah, bit woozy, but I'll manage.
Moving on.
Hey, Tifa. How you doing?
Okay.
Sorry to pause here. Notice the familiarity with Aerith talking to Tifa here? Tons of familiarity. You might say that's just because of her personality and her warm and welcoming nature, which could be argued in isolation, but in addition to the bunch of other things that that Aerith seems to know about things that have happened, you know, it adds to it, right? This interaction yeah, I know, I love it.
I'm Aerith, a friend of Cloud's. We were worried and thought we'd come help you out.
Cloud is dressed up because why not?
Thanks.
Cut the chatter. We gotta leave.
Huh?
Right now.
No, not until I've got what I came for.
What?
So, after we made it back to the slums, some guys came around asking all kinds of questions. So I did some digging.
And found out they were Corneo's men.
Right. They were interested in Avalanche. But I couldn't figure out why. So I thought I'd come and ask the man himself.
Seriously?
Thought if I could find a way in and get some one-on-one time, but then I realized I'd only be one of 3 candidates. And that if he didn't pick me, it would all be for nothing.
Then your worries are over, aren't they? Because the other 2 candidates are right here, right?
What a selection he's got.
Right.
Not that I approve of
So yeah,
this sort of
if we're
thing,
all
of
in on
course,
it, then
but
nothing can go wrong.
3 beautiful ladies.
I guess not.
You, me, Cloud? Makes no difference who gets chosen, does it?
I don't know, Aerith. It feels wrong getting you involved in all this.
Don't even bother trying to talk her out of it.
Aww, Cloud gets me. Took you long enough.
Yeah, Cloud is a soldier. He can handle heals.
So what happens now?
I think they'll call for us when it's time.
This room gives me the creeps.
Yeah. Also, look at this room. What the hell? Cages, like this torture chamber, torture table. Look at this. Hammers. Like, what the hell is this? Also, I'm sorry. Yeah, like I said,
I'm sure you're still feeling a bit woozy.
it does seem like Aerith already knew Tifa. It does, definitely.
Head out the door to the left and up the stairs. Come on, ladies. Let's hustle.
Okay.
All right, guys. Let's do this.
Do you want to do
Oh,
this?
really? They pose? If Cloud looks at them? Did I pass that part? I didn't notice it. I didn't know that.
Come on, you know you're into this.
Oh. Okay, what's Tifa got? Wow, okay. All right. Yeah, I didn't know that. That's an interesting touch. That's cool. It's cute. Sorry, I just want to save for a second. So I need to, there's something in chat I wanted to say. If Cloud doesn't win, rewrite. Yeah, Aerith's hair looks wait, did you mean that it looks good, Luciano? Because I think it looks really good. Like it's very well rendered and presented. When did they say that he was a soldier? Darius Zackley. Oh yeah, and Don Corneo. Yeah, it looks really good. Like, let's see. Where is she?
So?
Like, look at that. That's really good. Anyway. The Raptors just traded Dragic for Thad Young. Really? Okay. I'll take it. I'm down. I also just read Ibaka went to the Clippers, or Bucks, excuse me. I mean, getting anything at all for Dragic is a plus for me. Tifa has another animation? Did I miss it? I guess I missed it. Woj versus Shams on Twitter. Oh no.
Okay, my beautiful ladies, time to line up for the dawn. Wait, you look kind of familiar.
Team Aerith music, yep. Tifa era team up music.
Whatever. All right, y'all good to go? Then let's do this thing. Introducing Wall Market's most eligible bachelor, the one and only Don Corneo.
Do you mean the next part of this game? Hugs? If so, yeah. But I'm done today after Wall Market. Like after this section.
Whichever one shall I pick?
Oh, the next part. Oh, and the whole thing. Yeah, yeah, I plan to. Hopefully.
Or maybe
This guy is disgusting. Stop touching, man. Also, the jiggle physics on his belly. Nice touch.
I've got it! I've got it! Today's bride to be is
Today's?
Oh, yeah, the
Or
Yuffie.
the day after, if the Don takes a shine to you.
Pathetic.
Huh? Hey, which one of you said that? Was it you? Ooh, you got a mouth on you. I'm gonna enjoy breaking it in.
That is such a gross line.
Today's lucky lady is the big bone girl. Huh? Still playing hard to get? I can dig it. Oh yeah. The leftovers are all yours.
Yeah! Okay, ladies. Y'all coming with me.
The implications here. Oh, God.
Don't be shy, little kitten. Shimmy on over and give Daddy some sugar. No need to play coy. Nobody here but you and me. Oh, you're even cuter than I thought.
Back off.
Ooh! This kitten's got claws. I love it.
I agree, Jovix. I totally agree.
What was that?
Don't you worry your pretty little head. Just a picture to preserve the moment. And to ensure you don't do anything inappropriate like say no.
Asshole.
That is another disgusting, horrific line.
Hey, yo, fellas. We got guests.
And them having the leftovers here. Which is why it's very gratifying what happens in a second.
Himself. Never forget, the Don provides.
Yeah. Good day! Oh!
So, ladies, ready to get to it?
Yeah. I guess I'm good to go whenever. How about you, Tifa?
4 guys between us. Okay, let's not keep Cloud waiting.
Great track.
Wait. I know you. The Colosseum.
What the hell?
Get down!
Don't, you stupid!
Wait!
Share it. I love it.
Good job, Aaron. It was nothing compared to you.
These two together. And then Leslie. The boy.
Andrea filled me in on the situation.
Wish Tifa and Aerith would kick my ass.
Your gear.
Same, TBH.
I'll do what I can to clean this up. finish the job.
Thank you.
So yeah, like we were saying, great track here, and so cute how they, you know, one can argue that Aerith already has chemistry with Tifa as a person. She knows how she is, but it's just great regardless how they immediately understand one another and team up here. Nice bits of detail on this room as well, by the way. And what I like about how they present Don Corneo is that it kind of totally dismisses his humanity as a person. Like, there is no redeeming qualities immediately it's shown. Like, he is a despicable piece of shit, and the story treats him as a joke and just dismisses everything about him. And I like that because no one should ever be taking someone like this seriously at all, right? So turning him into like someone who just should be looked at as a piece of filth is the way to go, in my opinion.
Better hurry.
It was optional, yeah.
Better hurry.
Oh, better hurry. Whoops.
Man, I'd love to spend some quality time with girls like that.
Oh, they confirmed the release date? Nice.
Right now. Lucky bastard.
I'll look at it after the stream, Luciano.
Here it comes. One more shot. Why don't you lead the way? Let's go. It's over. Go on. That's it. See you around.
Okay. I don't remember exactly where we go, but there's something in here. It's another, like, 20-second one, Luciano? I think Cloud's up here. This one is a bit more spicy? Okay, nice. Oh, wait, we just came from there. No, I haven't, Thomas. I should check it out. I haven't even heard of that.
This one's for you.
Oh, come on. What is going on?
One more shot.
Oh, he ate something. Okay.
Glad that's over.
You missed the top 100. Yeah, we're at the top 10 now. Oh, this was there. Yeah, we're in the top 10 now. Yeah, you can ask whatever you want, Oblivion, during sections like this. Any thoughts on the Bundesliga, like any football teams there you like, or some general stuff? I watch the Bundesliga in particular for Alphonso Davies. Unfortunately, he's out with COVID complications. But I go for Bayern because I'm Canadian. It's awesome to have a world-class player playing in Europe, one of Europe's best teams. So Bayern fan for sure because of Davies.
Don't stop! Tell me what a bad boy I am!
Don't remind me, Jonathan. Oh, don't remind me.
Yes, I am! Here I come, baby! Hey, who the hell gave you permission to do that? One of you get in here and teach this bitch some manners!
I'm glad to hear it, Suspect Spine. Hopefully, oh, you said it's fun? I'm glad it's been fun.
Your boys had to learn some manners, too.
What the?
Cloud, your clothes.
So you're a man, huh? What are you three up to?
We'll ask the questions. Like, why'd you have men in Sector 7
I'll recap you,
asking about
Taketsu.
Avalanche?
Don't worry.
Huh? Don't know what you're talking about.
Don't play dumb with me. Let's try again. Why did you have men in Sector 7 asking about Avalanche? Spill the beans, or...
I'll cut him off.
All right, I'll talk.
They adapted this scene so well. Yeah, exactly, Luciano.
For an arm. I was paid to find find him.
Paid by who?
I can't tell you that. They'd hunt me down like a dog.
Well, you better. Because if you don't...
I'll rip them off.
It was the director of public security, Heidegger. It was Heidegger.
Shinra! And what were they planning?
Some things are better left unsaid, you know?
See, I'm not so sure they are. Better keep talking.
Or I'll smash them.
All right, you got me. I could never say no to a sexy girl. Since Avalanche blew up 2 reactors, Shinra's decided they ought to stamp them out, home base and all. And I mean stamp out. By targeting the support pillar and blowing it up.
The pillar?
Did I stutter? The plate will come crashing down. It'll be Sector 6 all over again. I'm sure you've been there and seen the wreckage for yourself, so you know exactly what Sector 7's gonna look like.
They wouldn't.
Come on, guys. We gotta go.
Before you do...
No.
Please, this won't take long. As everyone knows, villains only divulge their plans in a certain situation. But what is that situation?
Oh, this one? Yeah, that one. Oh, I didn't select it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Time's up.
I meant to select it. I didn't do it quick enough.
Lies in the sewer.
I totally agree, Thomas. Great voice work for him as well. Consistent with the rest of it. Good God, we did not need that angle. So what he says there, and thus ends chapter 9. Fantastic chapter. So what he says there is a precursor to this.
The Turks are on top of it. Yes, there will be no delays.
Please, Mr. President, I am asking you to reconsider. No, begging. The Sector 7 Undercity is home to more than 50,000...
Director...
Our introduction to Reeve here.
At least let us issue a warning, sir.
The stench of the director's cowardice fills the room yet again.
Reeve. Progress requires sacrifice.
Learn to live with it.
Okay, so a couple of things to say there. Firstly, Adiane, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. Addy, I'm just going to say Addy, because I don't know how to pronounce it, but delighted to hear that. So glad you enjoyed it. No problem. Thanks for tuning into the stream so you could hear that in the first place. Dejobu Man, too much shit. I wasn't really in tune with the public reception of Xenoblade 2. I do know it has people who absolutely adore it and people who think it's absolute trash. I'm in between. I think it's like a 6.5 to 7 out of 10. If it got unanimous shit when it came out, or near unanimous shit, then yeah, I think that's over the top. But I wasn't really in tune with the public reception at the time, so I couldn't really say. And the second half of Better Call Saul will be July 11th. Interesting. I'm asking you to reconsider. Yeah, so here we get introduced to, one, the concept of the plate coming down on Sector 7, as introduced by Don Corneo. Now, Don Corneo himself could be joking around, could be just being twisted, just isn't the most reputable source, so it's hard for them to directly take him at his word. But the severity of what he's saying is so much so that they nonetheless have to acknowledge it and, tread carefully. This then introduces in the cutscene here, once again, it continues forward the idea of President Shinra being this person who is not a psychopath in the sense that he's completely deranged and unaware of the pain he's causing and unable to understand what he's doing, but he just doesn't care. He knows the pain of the plans he's doing. He knows the pain of everything he wants to do and to squash Avalanche and everything, but he's just pragmatic, like coldly, ruthlessly, completely evil and pragmatic, and doesn't give a shit. Which is a distinction between him and someone who's completely insane and just isn't capable of understanding that. Which very much keys us into the, again, brutal pragmatism of Shinra in general and their approach and societal monopoly and the iron grip they have on everything. This is Shinra. They really went with dropping the plate to kill like 6 people. Yeah, completely disproportionate. But that's everything to do with Shinra. They will not give a lick about the collateral damage. And despite as much as someone like Reeve would try to appeal to reason, there are 50,000 people that live there. They don't care. He doesn't care. And Reeve, a nice introduction to Reeve here. Very well presented. I said in my video on the series, on this game, that he has very kind eyes, very naturally kind eyes in the remake. And I think that remains to be true. In every scene, he has very kind eyes. He's very compassionate. And I think that extends to his actions as well. You learn quite a lot about Reeve through very little details, very small details. And it's very clear that he's the only one with a moral compass in Shinra, higher ups at least. He wouldn't be caught dead with these people if he didn't have to be with them, if he didn't feel like he had to be with them to carry out his job and to, enact his will on the city and sort of rebuff the amount of damage they can do at times. I like Reeve in this game, how he's presented. I don't know who to go to here. I don't know. The first time I did. What did I do first? I didn't even realize this was a choice. I think the first time I did Tifa. So I can do Aerith this time. I can do Aerith. So far, the only redeemable side of Shinra, which is something expanded upon in later chapters. Absolutely, the only redeemable thing.
Damn, it reeks.
Sure, I'll go to Aerith. I think I went to Tifa, like, for some reason, I just didn't even realize it was a choice, that it wouldn't matter. And I think I went to Tifa the first time around, just, I don't know why. So, let's go to the Flower Girl.
Aerith.
Cloud. We have to get to Sector 7.
Yeah.
So I think we'll do this boss fight and probably end after that. I'm glad I'm not having the frames issues that we had last time around. Yeah.
You gotta be kidding me.
Sorry, Crown. So another thing to make note of, Don Corneo has a trapdoor into the sewers where he has this insane monster to gobble up whatever goes down there. A human-sized trapdoor.
Did he go?
You bet! Bring it on!
Abzu, I think is what it's called. Yeah, Abzu. Yeah. Not a great implication.
Deal with that.
All set. Bingo. That's it. One more shot. You're up.
So it's my turn?
Bundle up.
Oops.
Hang back.
Jabba, yeah. I would be surprised if it wasn't inspired at least a little bit by that. Final Fantasy does have plenty of Star Wars influence. Oh, weakness. Summon. Let's do it. Those horns and his size remind me of Zod, but that must just be because I have Berserk on my mind all the time now. No, honestly, it might be. It might be. Zod was, if I'm correct, I think. Oops, I tried to attack Ifrit. If I'm correct, Zod was conceptualized by Miura a few years before FF7 came out, and FF7 does have definite Berserk inspiration through Cloud and his sword, at least visually, right? Yeah, Biggs and Wedge are the most obvious ones. Yep. Oops. Whoops. 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 If it reminds you of Zod, yeah, I get that.
Here goes. Stay strong, okay? And catch! One more shot! Go on!
Alrighty, that was pretty easy, as it should be on easy. It's the sewers, yeah.
There it goes.
Do you think it lives down here, or...?
Was probably Corneo's pet. We were dinner.
Hey, you don't believe that crazy story of his, do you? Shinra wouldn't sacrifice a whole sector just to take out Avalanche, would they? Destroying part of the city, killing all those people just to get at us?
I don't know. Is Corneo the kind of guy who'd make up shit just to screw with you?
I wouldn't put it past him.
But if he was
Aerith is the best. I can't stop thinking about that
and there's still a chance he was, isn't there? Then we should go.
So right there. Again, I keep harping on this, but they keep showing us signs. They're wondering, is Corneo someone who would joke about that? Would he just make it up? And Tifa's kind of leaning on, yeah, kind of, whatever. They're kind of going in one direction. But then Aerith says, but, if there's a chance, we should go. Right? She was trying to copy Don Corneo's laugh there. Oh, is that right? That's funny. If there's a chance, we should go. We should definitely go, right? The person with the least connection, supposedly, to Sector 7, but the most connection to Midgar, so as a whole, so ignore that. But notably, she says this, almost as if she knows that there's merit to these claims, right?
And if it turns out he was lying, then so what, right?
Yeah. With something like as high stakes as this,
Tifa.
But also lends in the, substance to the idea that she knows something's happening.
What is it?
I'm pretty sure we can use these tunnels to make our way back to Sector 7. The sewers under Sector 6 and 7 should be connected. If you get in trouble, just follow the stench.
Another one of those lessons?
An avalanche thing, actually. We use them to move around the Undercity, in emergencies.
Okay.
So we're not lost?
So I think I'm gonna end right here. Like, today and yesterday we played Final Fantasy VII Remake for quite a bit, and I wanted to end right after Wall Market, and that's where we are. We'll have plenty to talk about with a train graveyard. For this part, there is a little bit of padding, so I might go a little bit, but maybe not. We'll see. Either way, next part we'll have at least a train graveyard, and maybe a big climax. Her knowledge in hiding in plain sight very efficiently, because most of the time it's the right thing to say and do, but cracks do show up. Yeah, exactly. There are fragments where you can see into her intentions, if you do buy into that theory. And someone was asking about which theory? The theory that Aerith has experienced these things before through the timeline of the original game. Tifa's trying to talk herself out of thinking that Shinra would drop the plate exactly, because it's much more comforting to think that he's full of shit, right? Great little character work for both of them. Glad to hear it, Dragonite. Thanks for stopping by. Is the rest of the top 10 going to be revealed on Sunday? I don't know if I can do this Sunday. I might... I'm going to try to do Sunday, but I definitely can't do all of the top 10. It would be 5 at most. But we'll see. We'll see if I can manage it. I'm a bit busy this Sunday. But I'll follow me on Twitter for updates. Follow me on Twitch as well to know about that stream. At the very least, in due time, we'll finish the rest of the top 10. She lived it and she remembers it, absolutely. It was such an enjoyable stream. Glad to hear it, Thomas. Thanks very much. So we'll do a raid. Well, hold on. Oh, and sorry, there was one more thing. Suspect, you were asking about the thread? Just DM me on Twitter, and I'll and remind me, excuse me, and I'll send you a link to it. For 16 to 11, were they all part of the same tier? Yes, guest. From 19 to 9, sorry, 19 to 10 is a tier, and then 9 to 1 is its own tier as well. All right, Oblivion, see ya. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Hugs, Thomas, Luciano. She's lived this already in the PS1. Exactly, yeah. Dragonite, Joe Vix. Thank you, everyone. The live stream is over. Oh, well, it was fun, though. Thanks for stopping by, Antagonist. See ya, John Bams. And we'll see who we can raid. Quick little raid. Okay, nothing's showing up for me for some reason. But I know Critty's going to be playing Final Fantasy... Or, sorry, Ocarina of Time, I think? It's not letting me raid right now. I don't know why. But Critty, on Critty's channel, yeah, he's not streaming right now, but he's going to be streaming Ocarina of Time, apparently. And Louisiana's playing Persona 5 Royal later, who I was going to stream. Sorry, who was going to raid, but I can't. Anyways, see you later, guys. If I can end this stream, if it'll let me. Many thanks for watching.